bandwidth is really slow. Okay, now start broadcasting. So, hi, I'm Dilrukshi from JaZzy Jaguars team. We are going to talk about the week 3 modules, actually just a casual discussion of the theories that we learned, too many, and then so many complex exercises. We will try to go through with that with Paul. And how do I pronounce your name? Sharish?
Shreyas.
Sharish. That's cool.
You
Sharish.
can call me SJ.
Shrey. Shrey is easy. Shrey. I hope. The Paul
Okay.
is like, I know, I can find Pauls all over the world.
It's very easy, very
It's
easy.
very easy.
Yeah, so I'm Dilrukshi. You can call me Dil.
Okay.
And I said that I have two girls that they will come around, meow, meow, and then the kitchen will like, ping, ping. So we don't have those. We will study as much as we can.
Okay.
Okay.
So which parts of week 3 have you had issues with?
I would say I had from the beginning, because I understood that when I tried to do the first exercise that I didn't understand much of it. So if I start from the exercise point of view, so here now,
Hello.
yeah,
Yes, that one network connection issues. I'm sorry for that.
it's okay. So I'm just trying to share my screen now.
Okay.
So it's the same exercise that I have as the problem. Like it's not the same. I mean, the first exercise. Let me show you here. This one. You see this one. Okay. So here.
Yes, access modifiers. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what I understood now, this is what I'm trying to interpret. What I understood. When we create objects, the attributes in the object as private mode, we can't access them in other classes, but we can access from other objects of the other classes, or like same objects from the same classes.
My understanding is if an attribute is private, it can only be accessed within that particular method or within that particular class.
Yes.
So I think that if door unlock code was private, then you weren't meant to be able to access it outside of where it was being declared. And that was part of the principle of encapsulation. So your methods are accessible from outside, but the attributes aren't. And the only way you can change the attributes is via a method, and that's the principle of encapsulation. Does that sound right?
Exactly. I also agree with Paul. Yes, actually, I believe those things which we actually want to keep private, just think about why do we want to make those things private. It's actually because we don't want those things to be accessed by external entity. That's the concept behind it. So that's why we in a particular class we make those particular attributes as private, so that those attributes cannot be accessed by any other particular method or any other external case where they have some kind of access over there.
Yeah.
So if ever we have to give access of those attributes which are actually private, then definitely we have to put either getters and setters, and that's all the concepts that is told that about through getters and setters, so we can control the access of how we can send those variables whether outside. For example, we create an attribute for a particular class and we just create a getter for it, which means we are actually able to just read on that particular attribute and not write on that attribute. That's the thing. So we are not creating any setter for that particular private attribute. That attribute is particularly accessed within that class. We are only creating a getter of it, and we are making that attribute which is private and only read only. we are limiting its access to external classes. That's the concept behind it. And the same other way around, if we particularly set around uh, about setter, and we don't just write the code for getter, just consider that, then we are actually trying to write that particular attribute again and again. Means we are only giving it the write access but not the read access. So that's the, means I believe what I have understood from that.
Okay, so in this, to solve this exercise, do you think once we have a car class, and then when I make the unlock door as private to
Yes,
access from the other class, when I make an
yes,
object of this one, for
yes.
this, should I make it as this car, or like should I make another method and then access it?
Okay, now first of all you should understand this, that this in this car, which is car or car.java, go to that file please. I cannot click on it.
Yeah.
Just
So this is my screen. Maybe you can screen share your one. Let me stop my screen and then you
no,
can.
no, let it be.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what I used was I made door unlock code in that particular exercise protected as opposed to private.
Uh,
Oh.
yes, yes, just show that code. Okay. Now the thing is, you have to understand this, that when we are writing this private over here and integer door unlock code, and this is, we are actually restricting that door unlock code towards outside world. So we don't want outside class to access this particular door
Right.
unlock code. That's
Mm-hmm.
the main concept behind it. So even in story, you cannot directly access it. And
Mm-hmm.
the idea behind accessing it is irrelevant. It's not the right thing. But still, what here the question is that you want some kind of things to be accessible from here, from other class. Now if you actually want to do that, you define a particular method in the same class in which that particular private attribute has been defined. Means you go towards car.java.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now here this door unlock code is private, which you don't want to be accessed from other classes, so you define over here some other methods. Okay, just like you have to define some method over here, just like getters and setters we say it. So in that way there can be possibility there, we create that possibility to create, to share that private variable through getters and setters, I believe. Is it right?
Something isn't that something from here? Oh, uh, so here they
uh,
make a method here.
yes, that is a getter and
Hmm.
that is a setter. That's the thing. So what actually you have to do is you just try not to copy paste the code, and then try to understand things
Mm.
more conceptually. The more
Yeah.
you get
So
it.
in this way, now
Yes.
from the class, they have made a method and then made that method where they can access it. So.
Yes.
The right now they have made a constructor, this detective, and from that constructor they are saving, first initializing that name through private. Okay, that private which has been initializing through that constructor, and from that method, that is greet method it is actually, and this greet method is a getter which actually gets the name from that class. Am I
Oh,
right?
this
But
great.
the actual attribute itself remains private. So you're
Yes,
respecting encapsulation. You've got a public method that
yes.
can get access to a private attribute. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that works.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Uh, so when I make another,
So you think
oh,
this scenario over here, okay? See that this name is private, okay? And you want this name to be hidden, not accessed from the outside world directly without
yeah,
interference of this class, okay?
yeah.
Yeah.
So you are creating this method greet. in the same class, okay, so which through this greet you are writing the code from this class, that system out.println hi, and the other name means you are the creator of this class and you are writing the method. So it's not tampering it, we are encapsulating that particular private variable name.
Okay.
That's actually understand that. Are you getting it? Or I'm just speaking like
Yeah,
in
yeah. No, it's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
The
I
reason why
haven't
it's a good
done much of the
thing,
homework, so now it's processing inside.
yeah. The
Small
reason why
but
it's a good thing is that because the attribute is private, it can only be changed by a public method within the same class. And it means if you want to know what can change this variable, you only have to look in that one place. You don't then, if that variable was public, it could be changed by any other method, which you may not be aware of. But by making it private, you're actually saying only the methods that I can see within that public class can change it. So that's why encapsulation is so good. Because otherwise, you could have methods that you've no idea about that could be changing the value of that string.
did you
Okay.
get that?
Yeah, I think so. Let's say now for here, uh, I think I have to make a method here.
Exactly.
You have to call a
Not
method.
outside the class, not
You have to
outside.
call it, but it has to be where the variable
Inside.
is.
Yes.
So let's say,
So that is car. So yes, you would have to create a new method that calls the private attribute and then call that method from story.
say in do unlock code.
Mm,
Um,
it's not compulsory to keep the same name. You
It's
can keep
not,
any.
no, yeah.
okay, so then let's make it
Sorry.
lock.
Yep.
And
And right now you're giving the method name same as the class name. That actually the concept of constructors. So don't do that. Change some method name, some another, give another method name something.
yeah, so then
Or because the
that's why they
the
use
attribute
this,
is
right?
hello.
That is the reason they use this whatever is it called? Now when you access the same uh, class name, then you have to have this.
Yeah, I can see what's being said. You've got a class called car, and now you've got a method called car.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
going to create confusion. I would have
Exactly.
the method with a slightly different name.
Yes. Because the purpose of a constructor is to initialize variables. But in this scenario, our variable, which is private integer door unlock code attribute, which is actually, it is presently 602413. So that code is actually given over there. So we don't need any constructor. There's no requirement of constructor over there, I believe. So you just the purpose is that here just you create some method. Okay, you give any name to that method. Just name of that method should be not exactly like that class
Call.
name. Yes,
Then we don't.
call is fine.
Yeah, cool.
So
Fine.
then we don't need this one. So it can return lock.
Yeah, yes, it can return lock. No, but actually it has to return door unlock code, because now the method over here has the access to those private elements. Okay, are you getting it?
Okay. Yeah. So
And
this can access these
yes,
private elements.
yes, because
So I could access this to unlock code in this one in
yes,
method.
Yes, and the method, the input parameters for method, it actually doesn't require any input parameters because that integer log, it's not required over there, I believe.
I'm afraid
Okay.
I'm going to have to drop out, guys. But yeah, I think you're getting there. I think you're absolutely getting there. Not only in terms of the actual code that you're writing, but in terms of the principles. So yeah, good luck. It would be good if we do this again, maybe another day as well.
Yeah.
It's been very useful. It's nice to feel that you're not on your own doing this.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. It's been good to talk to you.
Yeah, you too, Paul. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so I'm returning, and then the to unlock. So code, which is 602413, right?
Yes, but actually what you're trying to do is you're trying to solve the exercises
Mm-hmm.
completely.
No, not completely. I'm just trying to figure it out whether it's running or not. So,
So we can actually try.
and then story here is call, right? Con, and then so this car can access the other objects. So this method can be accessed by this car. That's what I'm wondering. So let's run it and see what's happening. Okay, not declare. Okay, so that means no, I think I will look more into it and see how it works. So what you say is now when we can access other variables or other methods in the same object, other objects, right? No, let's say that if this is a car object, a car class, and then it has methods, and these methods can be accessed by other objects in the same class.